Hello, everybody. I see you guys hopping on. Yay! Yay! I love seeing all your beautiful faces coming on. Oh, here we go. Hello, everybody. All right, I see Sydney. Awesome, cool. Hi, Hen. Awesome. All right, we are right on the dot, 12:30. Some people are still coming on, and we're already recorded, so we are good to go. All right, so let's see here. Look at you guys. All right, you guys, welcome to our first call for our Boss Up Diamond Mentorship. Taryn and I'm sure most of you have noticed that we have been diligently working behind the scenes to put this together for you guys. So we are really excited and seriously feel blessed that you all are here and committed to doing this with us. I know a lot of you were nervous to dive in with us. I know a lot of you were like, I don't know if I can fit it in. We all have busy lives, you guys. I get it. I'm a mom of four, but I promise you that the best thing that you could do for your business is to always jump into a training if your leader has created one for you. Coming from somebody that does not have a working upline, it is a huge blessing. So I just want you guys to congratulate yourselves that you're here, that you committed, and we're excited to lock arms with you. Taryn, if you want to say hello really quick, go ahead and unmute yourself, honey.
Hi guys, this is so fun. Well, I'm just watching the numbers keep popping up and going and going. I know people are still popping on. So I know that Sydney's time is coveted and she's got.
I will let you know when it's your turn.
If you guys can mute yourselves, that would be awesome.
Oh, that's
all right. So yes, just like Taryn said, that Sydney's time is valuable. We're so excited because we have her to kick our first call off for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We're only gonna be here 30 minutes, and we want to make it impactful for you guys. So Sydney, take it away, hun.
Hi, yeah. If you guys can mute yourself, that would be great too. Also, sorry. But I am so excited to be here with you guys all today. Like seriously blessed. I'm going to add in the chat my Facebook handle and my Instagram handle because I'm going to have you guys you guys are going to need to get a hold of me at some point throughout your journey because I'm going to give away some swag and I have some action items. Or if you can mute yourself. Rachel, can you mute her?
Yeah, that's what it keeps popping off. You guys mute yourselves, please.
Okay, perfect. Sorry. I lose concentration. You know how it like makes you lose concentration. Anyways, so yeah, find me on Facebook, find me on Instagram, add me because I'm gonna have some call to action, some swag and everything like that. But I am so blessed to be here. So for those of you guys who have no idea who I am at all, which most of you probably don't, which is okay. My name is Sydney Mower and I work at Beachbody Corporate. I've been with Beachbody for about 4.5 years, so a while now. And fun fact, once you hit Diamond, you officially get to work with a corporate mentor. It's like this little incentive that you get. And all Diamonds work with Kevin Shaw, who's incredible. And then once you hit 1 star, depending on where you live, you work with your regional manager. So I work with about 1 to about 8 stars, about 1 to 5, 1 to 8 stars in the West region. So if you're in the West, you get me afterwards, and I cannot freaking wait to work for you. So I think I know all of you guys are going for Diamond, and yes, that's our big goal here, and we're gonna get you there, and we're gonna get you there by the end of the month. Like there's no reason why we can't by March 26th, and we're gonna get into that. But I really want you guys to actually more focus on 2-star. I want you guys to look at Diamond as something it's a stepping stone to your goal, and make 2-star your big shiny object, make 2-star your goal, because I promise you this, like whatever your why is, usually kind of starts happening closer to 2-star. 2-star is really when I can, and I'll help you with this, or Rachel will help you with this, or Taryn will help you with this. I've talked to you really about how to like double your income and how you're kind of like your business is just booming at 2-star. So I want you, yes, diamond is a goal, but I want you to make a bigger goal, 2-star. And I want you guys to set yourself a date by the end of the year. If not sooner, right? I definitely think urgency creates focus. And so set yourself a date, no ifs, ands, and buts. Let's freaking go. So 2-star is a big goal, but let's talk about getting to diamond first. And I guess I should warn you guys a little bit. I'm a little bit more tough love, and I say it all with like love and support, and I just love you guys so much, but you're going to get a little bit of tough love from me today, because I definitely think diamond needs to be simple. And I guarantee it, all of you guys at some point of working towards diamond have made this way too freaking hard. So I want you guys to just look at this and be like, okay, at the end of the day, diamond is 12 people. 12 people, and guess what? Y'all know 12 people. But what's happening is you're kind of getting in your own way a little bit. And we're making this seem hard. And we're making our invites hard. And you're looking at your Success Club tracker and you're like, oh, this is so hard. And my invite's weird. And I sound weird. And I sound salesy. Or what if they tell me no, right? Like, we keep giving ourselves these games in our head, and instead of just doing the actions and knowing that this business is extremely, extremely, extremely simple, I think it's like, if I had to put it in metrics, I'd say like 70% mindset, 30% action. So you guys all got to check your mind first today. First and foremost, where are you at in your head? And if you're making this seem hard, or you're being like doing this guessing game with everything, like, we got to quit that right now. So I'm not sure, some of you guys might have heard my story before a little bit when I do think about mindset and inviting, but for those of you guys haven't, I'm going to tell you it again, because I really get so passionate behind this, and you'll see why. So like I said, I've been with Beachbody for about 4.5 years. And when I first started working with all you incredible coaches, I was being told that a lot. Like, Sydney, inviting's hard, and diamond is so hard. And what if I get told no? And I've found weird. And, if they want it, they know they can come to me, and I'm going to wait till they come to me, and I've started hearing, oh, there's so many Beachbody coaches. Like, why would they want to sign up with me when they can sign up with Rachel or Taryn? Like, I've heard it, right? So I kind of did this case study of my own. And I went through, like, I had a private Facebook at the time, and I went through and I'm like, I have to know a Beachbody coach, right? Like, in my network, my little network, I should know a Beachbody coach. Because before I came to Beachbody, like, I had no idea that coaching was even around. Like, I didn't even know it was a thing. I did buy my first workout program before I came to Beachbody, Brazilian butt lift, which is a good one. And I actually met somebody in the Home Depot parking lot, paid $20 for it, got it, came home, put it in my DVD player, pushed play, and sat on my couch and watched, what's his name? Orlando, whatever his name is, the celebrity trainer. I always say it wrong. Sat and watched him do Brazilian butt lift as I drank a glass of wine. Like, that was my Beachbody experience. Okay. So then I got submerged into the corporate world, and I loved it, and started talking to all these coaches and heard all these excuses. Right. So I was like doing a case study, because I just could not believe that I've never heard about the network. So I went through all my friends, and I found one girl who's actually in the industry that I was in before I came to Beachbody. So I just reached out to her, and I was like, hey, small world. I see that you're a Beachbody coach. I work for corporate. Can I ask you why you never invited me to a challenge group, sneak peek coaching opportunity? And I'll never forget what she said, because every time I tell this story, like, I can feel it. Like, it still really bothers me, because she goes, well, Sid, why would I? She says, I see you posting pictures on the weekend of you on your boat, and it doesn't physically look like you need a transformation, right? Like, you don't have a lot of weight to lose. And she goes, and I know you do pretty well in the industry that we're in, so I don't think you need the income either. So why would I invite you? So I finished up my conversation with her and hung up the phone, and that's kind of like when it really hit me. And I was like, well, wait a second. Like, who do you think you are, this girl, to look at me and make a decision for me? Because that's exactly what she did. She looked at my highlight reel and looked at me and made this decision for me. Because what she doesn't know, and what I would never in my life post on social media ever, is that I've struggled with an eating disorder for a really long time. and it's gotten really bad, and it's gotten really dark, and it's ruined so many relationships I've had. And the worst part about it is like, I like gave those same traits to my little sisters. And I'm watching my little sisters now struggle through it because they grew up with me having it, right? And so it's something that's ate away from me for so long. But have I like gone to social media and like posed with my shaker cup and been like, I have an eating disorder? No, right? Like you don't talk about that stuff on social media. It's your highlight reel. And what she also didn't know, and what I'd also never post, is that I hated my job so bad. I seriously cried every day coming home. I was miserable. But again, I didn't go to social media and was like, oh my gosh, like I hate my job, bawling, right? I didn't do that. So this is kind of the time where I turn and my tough love comes out a little bit more, because I was like, turn it around to you and pointing at all 21 of you guys on the call and just say, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are to make people's decisions for them? And I guarantee it, every single one of you guys are guilty of this. Every single one of you guys, I saw some head shakes when you're like giving yourself like, oh, they don't need this, or, you know, like, I don't want to invite them. I don't want to sound salesy. That's you making a freaking decision for that person. So I want you guys to get out of your own freaking way and realize that we have gold in our hands. We have something that can change somebody's life. Not only change their life, but change their relationship. It can change their family's life. It can change how they raise kids, right? It can change so much. And I think when you guys aren't inviting, or you're second guessing your invite, it's extremely selfish. I think it's an extremely, extremely, extremely selfish act when you know that you have this gold, but you're making people's decisions for them because you're too afraid of being told no. Or you're too afraid of sounding salesy, or you're too afraid of being like, oh, I feel awkward, or, oh, you know, if they want this, they'll reach out to me. Like, no. We gotta stop like doing that and really just like knowing and being confident in what we have and knowing that it can truly change somebody's life. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox because trust me, I'll stay there forever. But I think that's just something that we're all extremely guilty of. So when I go back talking about Diamond is 12 people. 2 stars, you're freaking gold. 2 stars, like seriously where it's at. So first goal, Diamond, it's simple. It's 12 people. Stop making people's decisions for them. I guarantee, you know, I know a couple of you guys are super close to Diamond. Let's stop waiting. Go invite your people and let's be Diamond by Thursday. Diamond by freaking Thursday. And I know every single one of you guys could do this, but my challenge for you guys is this. If you guys hit Diamond by March 26th and you guys message me, I gave you guys my 2 things, and I'll send you some swag. But this is what I also want to see. So I have like a little Diamond incentive, but your other incentive is this, is I want you guys at the end of this call today, I want you guys to make a list of 10 people, okay? 10 people that you've scrolled past, 10 people that you've been making their decisions for, and it's probably someone like your aunt or your cousin or your neighbor, because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to see my neighbor again. How awkward is it gonna be if I invite them and they tell me no, you know, like, no. Like, I'm sorry. Don't be selfish and go out and invite your freaking neighbor, because we just never know what's really going on. So I want you to make a list of your 10 people of like those invites that scare the crap out of you, 10 people, not just like your A's in your social media. Like, I want the 10 people that you've truly scrolled past. Send me their names. Okay. By the end of the day, I'd love to see them, and then go out and invite them. What do you got to lose? Really, like the worst comes to worst, they tell you no. Great. Fabulous. I'm glad you were able to make that choice. And guess what? I'm going to follow up with you in a month. And if you want to say no again, say no again. That's great. I'm excited about that. I'm glad that you're saying no, because that means you're doing well. And maybe you don't need this, right? Like, look at it that way. It's kind of all mindset things. So Diamond by the 24th, you message me for some swag. Send me your 10 people. I'd love to see them today. Just so I can see what you guys are doing, and I want you guys to invite them and keep me posted on that. And know this, like, once you hit Diamond, it's a big goal, and I'm so excited for you. And it's something that 100% all of you guys can do. After that, nothing stops. Okay. I think the biggest thing I see when coaches hit Diamond is they're like Diamond and done. Is they're like, okay, I did it, I made it, you know, and they stop working. That's why I really want you guys to set 2-star as your big goal, because that's kind of like the promised land. But I want you guys to know, like, keep doing the actions. Nothing changes. You don't all of a sudden have to be like, I feel like sometimes when people don't hit diamond, it's two things, like a fear of failure or fear of success. And nothing really changes. Okay. So that kind of like stops all of those right then and there. Like nothing really changes. You still need to show up daily. You still need to do your success club activity tracker. What's your diamond? I want you to get strong diamond and be like, okay, I have 2 emeralds on each side. Let me see if I can get 4 emeralds on each side. Right? Or you have 2 emeralds. Let me see if I can get 4 emeralds. Keep doing those behaviors, and those behaviors is what's going to get you to the big goal 2-star. Rachel, did you have something?
Yes. 2-star.
2-star.
Yes. So I have to share really quick, you guys. When I hit 2-star and I got my first bonus, it was like Christmas, and it was when that moment that solidified that this business was real and that there was so much more potential than just these ranks and you know, you're helping people, but then you get this extra bonus added on top of it. And then at 2-star, it was just everything opened up, and I haven't stopped since. Obviously, you guys have seen me, and the team is on board. It's just that 2-star moment and getting that first bonus is a big deal. For my family, it was a big deal. And so I want you all to feel what that feels like, you know, based off of what Sydney was talking about. You can go after diamond, but a lot of people, we see a lot of coaches go after diamond and then kind of fall off, right? Because they lose that momentum. And so I think the key is really to see ahead, plan your visions ahead, know what you're going for, and don't stop at diamond, right?
Yes, 100%. I mean, that 2-star bonus is life-changing, you know, and it's something you get once a quarter once you're 2-star. And then it's just so many benefits of 2-star. I can't even like name them all. It's like you get your second CBC. Every order you place, you'll get double the volume. And I can teach you how to do that once we get to that point. So I don't want you to get into all like the nitty gritties of it. I want you to get there, right? And just know, like, once you hit diamond, nothing stops. Like, keep your foot on that gas pedal, because as soon as you slow down, you're gonna have to like start all over again. I mean, this business is very much a delayed response business. So I want you guys to know that, like, the work you're doing now is paying off not only just this month, but next month and in May and in June. And that's really when you're going to see it flourish. But you stop for 1 week, you're going to see that just kind of slow down a lot. So do not stop. Keep up with the momentum. Set yourself some dates, because urgency creates focus. So for sure, if you're close to diamond, first off, if you're like 1 or 2 coaches away, I better get a message from you next Thursday being like, Sid, I did it. Okay. Like, let's make a decision and get it done. Let's not take the whole month, but my swag offer goes until the 26th. So make sure you message me, and I want to see your 10, and I want you to see your mind there first. So you got to get out of your own way and go invite those people. Cause no, it's only 12 people. I feel like Veronica had a question.
That's funny. I was just looking for her to unmute her. Yes, she did.
Hi.
Yes, go for it, honey.
Okay, so yeah, I am guilty of being in my own way at all different levels. But okay, so the wording for the actual invite without sounding like salesy. So I've been doing Beachbody since 2015, and I use it for personal reasons. But my personal reasons are just weird to come out and like the wording to invite somebody. I've never been able to figure that part out.
Okay, great question. I think your invite needs to be super simple, and I think it needs to be talking like your best friend. For example, like, you guys are hopefully posting to social media every day, right? Like, we got that part figured out. When you're posting on your stories, you're talking about your challenge groups, you're talking about the dates that start, stuff like that. So what my invite would be like this: hey girl, not sure if you saw this, but my next challenge group starts next Monday. I would absolutely love for you to join. Like, that's an invite. Or, you know, hey, I'm not sure if you noticed, but my challenge group starts next Wednesday. I would absolutely love if you're in my, like, I have to have you part of my group. Like, what do you think? You know, like really have that belief and stuff like that. And the reason why I think that works is, imagine that you're scrolling through social media and you saw someone post something that's like, dinner at my house tonight at 7. Like, you probably wouldn't go, right? You saw it, you're like, okay, whatever. Now, if you saw that, but then you got a private message, it's like, hey, not sure if you saw it, but I'm having dinner tonight in my house at 7, and I'd really love it if you were going to be there. Would you go? Probably, right? So your invite's not enough, just like plastering it off over social media. Like, I want you to show, hey, I have a challenge group, this is it. But the magic happens in the DMs. The magic happens in those private messages when you're just like, not sure if you saw this, but I would absolutely love if you're in my challenge group. You're so inspiring. You're so motivating. Like, I have to have you in my group. What do you think? You know, or what are your thoughts, or whatever that is, you know, like kind of close it that way. Does that help?
I was going to say, and for the newer coaches, because I forget that we have, you know, new coaches on here too. We're going to provide some scripts for you guys and give you tons of examples on how to invite. And it's exactly how Sydney just mentioned. It is like a sentence. It's super simple. You're just talking to your best friends. I think a lot of coaches come on board and they overthink the invites. They get stuck before they even get a word out because they're trying to think of the magic thing to say to invite somebody to get healthy and fit with them, when it's the simplest thing. You know, it's just talking to your best friend. Hey, Veronica, I'm doing this challenge group and it kicks off on Monday. I would absolutely love if you would do it with me. Is that something that you're interested in? You know, it's just that simple. So we're going to provide a lot of scripts for you guys. Taryn and I have been working a lot behind the scenes, so we have a lot of good stuff coming for you guys that I think is going to help.
Yeah, I love. I don't know if this is your real name, but Apple Bear, you're like my favorite person to watch during this whole thing.
I'm like, where is he?
My name is Annette, but I just, long story about that nickname. Don't worry.
Apple Bear. That's great.
I'm like, I don't know who this girl is, but she's my favorite because she's like, yep, that's me. That's me.
And you know, I want to just jump off of what Sydney also had mentioned. If you guys are in here and you are literally like an emerald away from diamond, or you have, you know, you need 3 coaches, like, decide today, as soon as we get off this call, that you're just going to make that happen, because it's as simple as asking your aunt, asking your uncle, asking your sister, the people that you haven't talked to just sign up, even for the discount, right? Get yourself to diamond. You're right there. Make it happen. I get so frustrated when I see coaches right there, and there's just, the doors are opening up for them, but they're so afraid to just ask for the invite. And sometimes I just want
Same, girl. Same. What questions do you guys have? You can ask me anything.
unmute yourself, Leticia. We can't hear you.
She is like unmuted. That's weird. I just can't hear you. It might be your headphones. You might have to take out your headphones.
There you go.
Okay.
Yes.
Going along the lines of what Veronica was saying, so I just checked my messages and I have a reply back from someone, and she says, and I just sent her the, hey girl, you want to join my group? And then I sent her the price. She asked about the prices, so I sent her the price bundle sheet, and then she says, thank you, I will think about it. And then I said, so this was a couple of days ago, and I said, okay, I'll check back with you in a couple of days. Let me know if you have any questions. And so now I'm like afraid to approach her again, because I'm not sure. I don't want to say too much or say too little, you know. So she sounds like she's interested, but how do I get her to just say, okay, yeah, I'm ready?
Okay. Did you guys listen to the National Wake Up Call on Monday? Yeah. Do you remember what her 4 words were in her question?
No.
What is your concern? So that's what you could go back to and share. If you're following up, just what's your concern? Where are you at? Talk to me. Like, don't feel like you're trying to cram it down her throat, right? Like, that's not the whole goal here, but ask that really probing, simple question, because she might come back and say, I'm afraid I won't commit to it. I'm a little tight on money. I don't like Shakeology. I don't like shakes. Whatever. Who knows what she'll come back at. But those 4 words can be super duper powerful by just asking that and get her to respond back to you.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would say, first off, like, don't be afraid to just reach out to her again. Like, don't be afraid to follow up. You said, I'm worried about even replying back to her after it's been a couple days. Like,
Right.
people get busy. Like, I am so busy. I forget about things all the time. And it could be something she probably hasn't even looked at it yet, you know? So don't be afraid to just go follow up.
Okay.
I was going to say, and I know Sydney is busy, and I want to share something really funny with you guys. I didn't get a response back from Sydney last night when I sent her the link to the call, and I was like, she better be on this call. But that it makes such a good point. People don't work Facebook like we do, right? So they probably aren't going to see your message for a couple days, maybe in a week. So you've got to make that follow up.
For sure. I mean, look at someone that has, like, you guys all get this too, like a bajillion messages a day. You know how easy to, like, click on one and then you go click on something else and you forget about the one you clicked on, you know? So I think that just happens, and that's just the social media world that we have. So there's nothing wrong with just being like, hey, I just want to make sure you got my message. Do you have any questions? What are your concerns? Like, have that thing, because she probably hasn't even looked at it yet. So Apple Bear, love your name, had this question. Do you think it's bad to pay your coach bundle for a family member? So what do you mean by that?
Like, you know, I was strategizing in my mind about, like, having, if I wanted my niece to be a coach, and she, you know, she posts, like, her nutrition, she posts everything. It's just she lacks funding. So I don't want to start a trend, but I was wanting to, like, at least get one coach under me to purchase her Beachbody bundle, like the Shakeology and the BOD stuff. I was wondering if that's a bad path to start, you know, with the business.
Yeah, that's it's kind of called bonus buying, and it's against compliance. So you don't want to do that. What you usually can do, like to get to Emerald your first time or something like that, is it's you can do like a U+2, but it's household income. So it's household address. So if it's like you and your spouse, you can sign up your spouse and help your spouse build, you know, help your, like, have your spouse know everything's aware and help your spouse build. But someone outside of the house, like, do not be paying for them to put people underneath them, and don't pay for people's challenge packs to put them underneath you and stuff like that. It's very against compliance, and I would stay far away from that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's something as simple as, hey, I know you don't have the funds now, but let's get you signed up and let's make your money back in the first month. Like, you have 3 friends, like, let's get you signed up. It's a little bit out of pocket, but then let's get you 3 friends and it's paid for. You know, your Shakeology is paid for, and plus you're making money. Like, that's when, anytime I give me like a price objection, I'd be like, perfect. Like, I have an answer to that. Yeah, any other questions?
It's me again.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to hog this meeting, but I was just wondering, like, for instance, when you get to 2-star, right? And then if the residual just drops, like, I don't know how it would drop, meaning, like, if somebody quits, or how many coaches quit to then you're not being a 2-star anymore. You know, I'm just trying to get that in my mind, like, how do you remain 2-star, and do you rely on the coaches underneath you to do a lot of the work, and then you're working still along the way? I'm just trying to understand,
it's a great question. So I always think this, like, right now you guys are 100% in your business, doing the behaviors, adding as many people as you possibly can, all that stuff. Once you get to 2-star, I kind of say you're about 90-10, right? 90% of the time you're still in your business, bringing on to, like, you always, the people who got you to 2-star aren't going to keep you at 2-star. Like, we need to constantly be bringing in our funnel of people so that you're constantly growing. You can't just be like, oh, I hit 2-star and just be like, done, you know, like that, you're going to fall really fast. So it's constantly knowing that you are never going to be off the fundamentals in this business. Ashley Molstead, top coach, is still out there doing her invites right now. Like, she's still doing it. She can't just like sit back and relax. So I think that's part of it. And then when it comes to the other, so it's 90% in your business and about 10% then helping your team duplicate what you're doing. So you kind of go through and be like, what's working? That's kind of what Rachel and Taryn are doing with like, here's some scripts. These scripts work. Then you can pass those scripts down to them. Like, you don't need to go recreate the wheel. You have some amazing uplines, and they kind of have it all figured out for you. And so you can give them these scripts and you can say, okay, as a coach, we help a minimum of 3 people every single month. Like, your first goal is to emerald. So it's just about the duplication after like that to kind of build the organization underneath you. But I think my biggest advice is you can never, ever, 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 ever stop like the fundamentals of the business. And that's what's got you to diamond. That's what's going to get you to 1-star. That's what's going to get you to 10-star. Is constantly knowing that you have to invite, you have to do your follow-ups, you have to, like, you're never going to stop that portion of the business. Does that help? Okay, I think I saw a question. I need tips to get new people to invite. I went through my entire Facebook and Instagram. Did you go through every single person following you on your IG? And I think once you go through every single person following you, like, you've sent an invite to, say you have 2,000 followers or 500 followers, and you've sent a person, not just people watching your stories, not just people liking or anything like that, every single person, then you got to start worrying about it, right? But while you're doing that, I think to really start building your following is you have to start adding value, like free value. Like, think to yourself, like, why is someone going to go and type in my name today to see what I'm doing? Why is someone go type in my name to see what value I can give them? And sometimes it's not all about Beachbody. Sometimes it's like, I show value of my favorite makeup, or I show value of my outfit of the day, or my dogs, or my kids, you know, like, really kind of have like this social media presence that you're giving away free value. And I think that will kind of draw attention. But then also, like, what are you into? Like, whose name are you typing out every single day and why? And ask yourself those questions. So for me, I'm obsessed with The Bachelor, like all things Bachelor. I have a Bachelor bracket that I do with Doug Moss. Like, we're like Bachelor people. And when I'm like typing in things, like, I'm typing into like, find my Bachelor spoilers, find out this and stuff like that. So I'd probably still go start connecting with people that are also following those accounts, right? And start adding them and like doing like conversations with them in the chat and stuff like that about that, so that they're coming to check me out, and then they're seeing my page like, oh my gosh, how freaking cool is this girl? She loves The Bachelor, and she's giving makeup tricks, and she gave me this really cool workout move to do, and she told me about cauliflower rice. You know, like those little things, like that's the type of stuff that you can start adding the value with. And I think when you connect, people kind of start coming over and stuff like that. But you're definitely not out of your network until you've invited every single person you're friends with and every single person that's following you. Every single one. Hot market.
And by that, she means you've sent them a private message.
Yes. Yes. Power in the DMs. Power in those DMs.
Because you are like, oh yeah, I've invited everybody because I put a challenge group ad up on Facebook. Not until you're sending that private message have you invited everybody.
Exactly. Exactly. Once you've done that, then you can call me and be like, Sid, I've invited every single person I message, every person that's asked, now what do I do? But I find that highly unlikely that we've done that. Anybody here, you know, it's hard to connect with all those people. Any other questions? Oh, yep, go ahead, Jamie. You're muted, but.
Okay, so you said go through your Instagram and invite I have no problem inviting, like, I'm on my way to be diamond, all that. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, I'm pretty sure I'll be diamond like within a week or so. It's not a big deal. But I have a really large following on Instagram, like 9,000 followers, right? Which I've built over time, you know what I mean? And like, that's fine, but I don't get a lot of sales off of Instagram. Like, I get most of my everything off Facebook. and I post the same things, and I have a lot of views. I have a lot of people that follow me. Everybody watches my stories. Like I like send messages, and I did never ever message 8,000 people, 9,000 people. I did not do that. So you want me to legitimately like message 9,000 people?
Yeah. I want you to like not overwhelm yourself. So you don't need to do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But like tip at 50 people a day.
Right.
And it can like, because the more people you message, the more people views you have on your stories, the more people are liking, comment. Like algorithms are crazy, and people aren't seeing your stuff until
but they are, because I even look and like, I mean, like my page is like really active. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting like 7,000 impressions a day.
So you're having like 7,000 people watch all your stories?
No, like when you look on the thing,
the inside?
the impressions like of like what you post or your whatever, like it's literally like 7,000 impressions. And like I didn't really know what that meant, but my friend, she does like content, creation for companies, and she told me like that's kind of like a lot. So I was like, oh, I don't know, I just post stuff about my baby and Beachbody and stuff like that.
Have you invited everyone that watches your stories?
Yeah, every day. And people even like vote on my polls and
you
stuff
send
like
them
that.
out a personal invite?
Yeah, and I personally invite every day. But what's happening is I'm not getting like much response on Instagram as I am on Facebook. And I don't know why that is. Yeah. But I'm like, I have way more followers on Instagram.
Yeah, that is crazy. Usually it's kind of vice versa. It's kind of, I think it kind of depends on your demographic a little bit, and maybe more like your people are on Facebook, and that's great. Like as long as you're sending those out, but I would really, really, really still focus on my Instagram. Like that's a big following to have, and that's a big following.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see me,
like
but I have like 8,500 followers.
Yeah, I just don't feel like you're getting 8,500 no's either.
Yeah.
No. So I think it's chipping away,
Right.
20 a day. Like, and it's going to take
but I'm getting time. like at least 250 people watching my stories at least, a day. And I'm inviting, you know what I mean? Even if they're the same people, like I might not invite the same people every single day, but it's, like once a week, like I'll invite again. You know what I mean?
And what you're probably doing is you're inviting the people watching your story. So you're inviting the same 250 people every single day or every single week. But it's like you have this network that's this big. Like, go invite them. I don't care if they're watching your stories.
Right.
That's why it's great to be like, hey, not sure if you saw this, but my challenge group starts next week, and I'd love for you to be a part.
Right.
Like I would chip away, not at the same, like follow-up is huge, and put them on a follow-up list that you follow up with them once a month. Right. But really, I'd go, girl, I would be inviting the crap out of those 8,500 people before someone else does, because that's what's happening right now is people are inviting like crazy right now in the network. So get after
I mean, I get like I have a pretty big following on Facebook, but like it's a lot of moms. Like I just had a baby, you know what I mean? Like I have like a certain amount of people that are like kind of like the same as me, like new moms, like autism moms, whatever, and then those people like really want to join me. So I don't know if they just like are more comfortable on Facebook than they are on Instagram. Like, cause I get Instagram, like I do the stories, like my stories are great. My posts are great. I do hashtags, like all the things, like I do everything right on Instagram, but I just feel like I should be making more of an income off Instagram with my following and everything that I have. Like I feel like I'm not using it to its full capacity. So I don't know if it's the inviting the 8,000 people, if that's what I'm doing wrong or what.
Yeah, and it's doing wrong. It's building relationships. Yes, Elizabeth said it. Building relationships with Instagram people. It's a lot of cold market, those 8,500 people. So building relationships, start going down, inviting, messaging, and I think you'll warm it up. But if Facebook's working for you too, like don't go off Facebook. Facebook's your thing, like keep at it. Hit diamond next week, and then 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 10-star. I would for sure start working on that 8,500. That's great.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions? Rachel or Taryn, anything you wanted me to talk about? Anything I missed?
No, I thought this was great because I think it's super easy to overcomplicate, and we could go round and round and round about who to invite, but the straight of it is, like, it's a relationship business. We have to be building relationships constantly. Like, we can't just go and expect that everyone that's on our Facebook feed and Instagram feed are exactly who need to be in our business, because they might not be. They could be your biggest fan, but they might not be your best builder, your best coach, or your best challenger. So constantly figuring out how to connect and bring new people into your world and your community and allow them to see and make that connection is going to be what's going to build a sustainable business, instead of just that instant, fix of, everyone watches my stories, everyone posts on my feed is going to is going to want to do what I do. So I think this was great. I mean, we went over our 30-minute mark, but this is really kind of our first launch with this Boss Up Mastermind. And really, I wanted you guys to be able to soak as much as you can out of Sydney, because she's been instrumental in my growth, and I know in Rachel's growth as well. And I really want you guys to set that tone for your business. And I really want you guys to set that date that is a non-negotiable date that you will be diamond and working with Kevin Shaw, and also 2-star and above, so you can work with Sydney or whoever your regional managing director is, because it is it's a gift for your business, and you want to leverage the information and the guidance and mentorship that a corporate person can bring you versus, a star diamond coach, it's very different. So make that a goal and commit yourself that you can do it and believe it. Because the one thing that will hold you back in your business is any shred of doubt that you have right now. And if you have that doubt, don't think a mentorship, a diamond bet is going to change that. You have to be the one to change that, and you have to put in the work, because that's what Rachel and I are doing every single day.
And that is why Taryn is I call her my work wife, because she couldn't have said it any better right there. You guys, our next Friday call is gonna be 30 minutes. But we're going to do it as another mastermind, but you guys are going to have the floor. So I think we were playing around with giving everybody 2 minutes to ask any questions that you guys want. So I just want to let you guys know that if you didn't get to ask your questions on today, that's what we're going to be doing next Friday.
Awesome.
That's it.
Yeah. And if you guys need anything too, you know where to find me. So message me, tag me. I want to see your 10, and I want you to buy diamond by the March 26th. Okay. I'm out.
Right.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, guys. Go Boss Up.